Hello, Fight Insight fans, viewers, and listeners of the Filipino podcasting machine, Princey D, and with me as always, the man formerly known as Timbo Slice, Timmy B. Before we start, please take a moment to subscribe to us on YouTube and hit that bell. If you'd like to support the show, check out middaysquares.com and save 15% by using code FIGHTINSIGHT15. On today's episode, we talk to BJJ phenom attacking the world of MMA, talk about a boxing event Tim went to, break down UFC Tsarukyan versus Gamrot, and a whole lot more. Tim, hit it.
Yeah, it's Timmy B, Princey D, Fight Insight.
All right, today we welcome the most decorated guest in Fight Insight history. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend is known the world over as one of the greatest competitors of our time. And as you can see on her Instagram, in the eyes of her students, she's one of the greatest and most loved professors of their young lives. This IBJJF World Masters, Pan American, and European Open champion now has her sights set on the MMA world and recently signed a 4-fight deal with LFA where she's already gone 2-0. With her next fight coming up on July 8th in Phoenix, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podcast,
Jena Bishop.
Hi, thank you.
How you doing, Jena?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it and the opportunity to speak with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Just before we started, Prince kind of got on to something. And he was going to ask you a question. I stopped him.
Okay.
Prince, tell Jena the name of our podcast. When we were thinking up ideas for our podcast, Jena, this was one of the worst ideas Prince had.
Okay.
Prince, tell her the name of the podcast.
So we were going to go with Feb.72.
Ooh, I mean, I would like that.
And the reason, Prince?
Tim's birthday is February 22. My birthday is February 22.
And my birthday is February 22. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
How crazy is that? What are the odds of that, man?
You want to see what even more crazier moment right now in Fight Inside history? Jen, what year?
I don't want to say.
How dare you ask?
Jen, you and I have the same birth
same
date,
exact
birth year.
Oh, that's so nuts.
That is
You're the
crazy.
second person that I know with the exact same birthday date, like year and everything.
Oh.
I went to a high school with a girl that was like, we were born on the same day.
That's
so crazy.
Wow. Hey, can we start out like a WhatsApp group or something?
Yeah,
like
we should.
Feb group? That would be amazing.
Yeah,
I
just
love
the coolest people. Just the coolest people. Jena, it's so weird because when we were thinking of names for the podcast, we didn't know that our birthdays were the same day, and then we suddenly realized it. Like, what are the odds? And then as I'm doing the research for this podcast, it shows up that you're February 22nd. I was like, what the hell?
It's a great day.
It's crazy. That's so funny. Jena, you made the transition recently after like all your accolades in jiu-jitsu and like all the things that you've done around the world is crazy. I was reading that you were helping Kat Zingano train for her Bellator fight, and that's kind of during the pandemic time. That's kind of what pushed you into doing MMA.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the thing that finally tipped me over to trying it. I was just helping. We have the same like wrestling coach, and I was training with him to get ready for ADCC and just some jiu-jitsu tournaments. And then he brought me in to help Kat out and to be a training partner for her. And I wound up cornering Kat for her first Bellator fight. And just through that, like I've always wanted to do it. Like my husband, I always tell him like, I want to fight at least once. I just want to do one MMA fight because he started out doing MMA and then just jiu-jitsu was like both of our loves. So I wanted that to happen. And then, there was always just, jiu-jitsu was my focus. And I knew that if I started MMA, I would have to take a little bit of a step back from jiu-jitsu. And I was never really willing to give that up. Right. But I think the pandemic and then helping Kat and being around like high level, like competitors, like really just like sparked something in me. I'm like, okay, it's time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it at least once and see, And so I just decided to start training, and like I'm really, really loving it.
No, it's amazing.
And look at that 2-0. Like, you come on, like, here we go,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's been
2-0.
hard to get fights though.
Is
Oh,
it? And so why is that? Because people don't want to take on the jujitsu master?
Yeah, I think that's kind of a big part of it, you know, just having so much experience in jujitsu. And then it's just, you know, having a record that's like, you know, 0-0 to begin, like it's like brand new. So it's like, you know, there's so much unknown. And then you see all I have is jujitsu accolades. And then now being like 2-0, it's even like, okay, well,
Yeah, they're like, damn
still
it.
don't want to take that risk. You know, a lot of people are trying to protect their records, pad their
yeah.
records. And I'm like, but if
Yeah.
you want to fight, just fight. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. It's crazy. What did you, I mean, and so you're in San Diego now, and for
Yeah.
fans of the podcast, it's funny because just coincidentally, we've had so many San Diegoans. I don't know, what do you call it? San Diegoite?
San
Uh,
Diegans, I
San
think.
Diegans. So
Yeah.
we had Tyler Schaefer, who you train with,
Yes.
Janae Harding, who you also train with.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a young girl who was out in the San Diego area, Victoria Mackey. She's friends with Tai Shea through like Instagram and stuff. And I always tell her, like, oh, you got to go train there. She's a Kaju Kendo fighter.
Oh, okay.
And so she's a young girl. So hopefully maybe one day she'll get to meet you as well.
Yeah.
But what was the hardest thing about transitioning into MMA? Or was there anything?
I mean, not really. Like, I guess for me, it's like I'm brand new with striking. Like that's like when I first started training jujitsu, I was doing a little bit of boxing or kickboxing, but it turned into more, the class that I was taking turned more into like a cardio kickboxing class, and I was like, well, that's not what I want to do. And then I just split off into jujitsu. So for years, you know, I hadn't done any striking, and that was a thing that I'm like, obviously that's what I need to be working on the most right now, because in my wrestling, you know, which I've always had decent wrestling. I never wrestled like outside of just like practicing with my jujitsu people, like, and I had a lot of teammates coming from the Midwest. We had a lot of like really high level wrestlers that would come in the gym and train with us. So I got a lot of experience with that. But that's the thing that for me, I'm like, I have to be sharp on my takedowns and my wrestling, because if I can't get it to the ground, then
Right.
I can't use my best stuff, you know? So it's like, that's been a focus. And then, you know, just having originally, I'm like, I just want to have striking good enough that I can defend myself to get close enough to somebody to take them down. So, and it's been fun. Like, it's nice to be like a student again in a lot of ways, because I've been teaching and I've been a competitor for a long time, but just learning and be brand new at something is kind of fun.
No, it's amazing. And then I'll tell you, so if you don't already follow Jena Bishop on Instagram, you follow at Jena Bishop BJJ, 1N in Jena. We made a mistake on one of your posters, Jena. We had to correct it very quickly. Follow Jena. Jena, you do amazing videos that show like a lot of jujitsu takedowns that I'm like, holy crap, like, can she actually do this in the cage? Would be insane, because there's things where like people have your back and people whatever, and you're doing amazing throws and twists that I've never seen in an MMA fight before. So I'm very excited to see if you're able to pull these things off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I really hope I can. I hit a lot of the stuff like that I'm drilling. I hit it in practice a lot. Sometimes I don't have to go to the fanciest things, because my, like, you know, the basics work first. You know, that's always what you're trying to begin with. But there's some stuff. I mean, Justin Flores is my wrestling and judo coach, and he is like just a wizard with all that stuff. And he blends jujitsu, wrestling, and judo together so seamlessly. It's really, really fun, like learning from him, and just getting like adding new tools to my arsenal. And there's some really cool stuff that we've been working on. I'm like, I really want to hit this like so bad.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Now you went into LFA, which is amazing. 2-0 now already in LFA. You're a flyweight, and that is going to be the weight class that you'll stick with. Flyweight, that's you.
Yeah.
Were you at all being considered for, or were you considering Tough 30? Because right now they've got the season going on. Would that have been something you'd be interested in?
Oh,
It was mentioned to me. It was brought up by my management, but it really wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Is it the reality aspect, or is it that you feel like, I'm not going to say this in a mean way, but like that you're above it? Like you're already a star?
The biggest deterrent for me is that like I'm not doing this to get like the fame, the hype, I'm not like, that's not what's important to me. I just want to be the best. And so for me, I don't know that I didn't want to do 6 weeks away from my family, like my husband, my dogs, like my training, my coaches. And it's like, I didn't know who the coaches were going to be. And that's like a thing. I'm just like, there's a lot of risk. So I needed to get a certain amount of fights, because for me to be able to move on to the next level, like I have to have, like, they require me, I needed like at least 3 or 4 fights to be like even eligible. And so with Tough, it would have been a great opportunity, but I like, those fights don't count on your record on the show.
Yes, right.
So it would
Your
be
exhibition.
And then the finale is not until August. So it's like that whole part of the year, it's like there's a lot of risk of like, what if I get hurt doing the show? What if I don't know. So the biggest thing though is like, I don't know. It wasn't something that I felt was the right move for me.
Yeah, that's okay. I thought you were going to say you're just not good at keeping secrets.
No.
that would kill me, right? Like, you know that you've won the thing, or that you're in the finals, but you can't tell anyone.
Like, I know a lot of information about that already. So and I'm like,
we may know some information as well, Jena. So don't worry. There's something I wanted to ask you. Coaching children is a big thing that you do. It's amazing. The kids love you. My goodness, right? And so I just wanted to ask, coaching, that's always going to be something that you do, and it's a passion of yours. You love coaching the kids?
I do. I've been in a coaching role since I was a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, because it was out of necessity. Like, I was in the Midwest and we started a women's program, and I was kind of like started teaching then, and then helping with kids classes and things like that. But I do enjoy teaching. I love that's like something that I know a lot of people are like, you're going to have to like give up like coaching and teaching, if you want to, like, if you're going to be doing this like full time. And I'm like, I know like at some point that I might have to take a step back from it, but I don't think I ever want to like completely give it up, because I have such good relationships with all the kids in the women that I teach. And it's something that I don't know that I could completely like separate myself from.
No, never give it up, Jena. You see how those kids are like looking at you. It's the cutest thing, Prince. Like the way that the kids look at you and they respect you, and that you're someone that they can look up to as a role model. Like, it's such a cool thing. And I mean, we had Raging Panda, Julia Avila, on the podcast, and she's coaching her thing, right? She's UFC fighter, top contender, and she's still doing her thing. So don't give it up. You got
sometimes this. It's like, I'm like, I can give up like in camp, maybe teaching less, taking a little bit of a break, but I don't want to give it up. Like I really love like the kids that I teach, and there's some that make it really difficult sometimes, but the ones that that make it like fun, like makes it totally worth it.
In general, like, what kind of coach are you? Are you the the laid back kind of coach? Or are you harsh, like, oh, get on?
I'm the more laid back coach. Like, I want to like have fun, but I also like try and keep it. So I always like yell at my kids, and I was like, don't make me use my mom voice. I don't like it. Like when I have to get that, I'm like, I don't like it. Like, so, there's times where it's kind of hard to strike that balance sometimes. Like, you have to figure that out, because too laid back, then they walk all over you. They take advantage. So it's kind of has to be like in the middle, but I like to have fun with them. Like, I'm always teasing and joking with them. So just try and be really relatable and but still keep it on task so we're learning,
Yeah, of course. Now, we've talked about this on the podcast a few times because of examples we've seen at our gym or things that we see on TV and whatnot. How do you deal with difficult parents? when parents are too aggressive. Do you know what I mean? Like where parents
Yeah.
seem very involved and they're like yelling at their kids and stuff.
Mhm.
I'd love to know how you deal with that situation or if you've had to.
I mean, honestly, I feel I'm really, really lucky. Like I have fantastic parents for the most part. There are That's the thing with coaching kids most of the time is the parents are the hardest thing to deal with because they overstep and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Stop telling them what to do. Like it's mine.
Right.
So I will like, like just try and be polite and be like, look, like when they're on the mat, they're my responsibility. Like I need you to be quiet so that I can do my job. And just try and frame it from that aspect to them is just like, and I know like a lot of times like the other coaches and instructors will just like tell parents like you're not allowed to coach, you're not allowed to be around like, and it for the most part works, but I have like really good parents where sometimes I'm like yelling at their kids because they're messing up and I'll look over like are they going to be mad or something like that, and then most of the time they're like do what you got to do. Like I have most of my like parents have been that way where they're like whatever you need to do to get them to listen to, like if they're not paying attention, whatever you got to do. Like so I always tell them, I was like, your parents have given me permission to beat you and you guys, they signed a waiver, so I'll do it.
Nice. No, that's good, Jen. And I know, like, I can only imagine like the kind of environment that you're creating in your gym is one of like respect and discipline. And that kind of environment that you create for the children then reflects onto how the parents see that environment as well, right? If you let it run amok, then the parents can feel whatever. But if you're running a structured thing, so congratulations, that's good for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you a quick video.
Okay.
And this is something that has blown up on the internet today. People seem okay. Well, I'm going to let you be the judge and you tell me what you think. This is a girl training Muay Thai, and this is Supergirl Jarunsak. She fights over in 1FC. I don't know if you know her, Supergirl.
Okay.
Here's a video that 1FC put out. Okay. So they put it on their social media.
Huh.
Have you seen that before
No
today?
way to get your fighter injured.
Okay, Jenna, that's what I think. So
Yeah.
for the people that are on audio only, obviously come on over to YouTube, go on Spotify, watch the video version, or go on our Instagram. You'll see it on our stories. Supergirl is throwing a kick to a guy holding pads, and there's a guy behind her that trips her out, takes her leg out from under her.
I would be so mad if that happened to me. Like, I know that there's a lot of times that the coach holding pads will do stuff like that to trip you up. You can see it though.
That's
like,
right, and you're meant to block it. That's meant to be a teaching.
You're never going to be in a fight where somebody, like, unless it's on the streets, where somebody comes up behind you while you're doing something. That's like, and there's so many things that you could fall wrong. You could hurt your legs, your knees, whatever. That's irresponsible in my opinion.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Jenna, we put it on our Instagram and I said, do you think that this is okay? Like I'm asking people, like I show the video and I say, do you think it's okay? It's right now, it's at 50-50. People that think it's okay, it's hilarious, and then not a fan, could seriously hurt someone.
Yeah. I mean, if she's okay, cool. It's funny. But
the first time.
No. I would just be irritated because I'm like, don't mess me up. And especially like, you don't like you're never 100% when you're like when you're training. Like there's always little bangs and injuries and things like that. So it's like that could, you could fall wrong. You could injure yourself. There's just too much room for like things to go very, very bad. So I think it's irresponsible.
Not only that, but she's a professional. So if you hurt this professional, you could be taking money out of her pocket. She might not be able to compete. Something could go bad. Like that's her livelihood.
Yeah.
You do it to Prince and I. What's the worst that happens? Who cares?
Yeah, we're off of work for 3 weeks. This is great.
Right? Or I'm still doing my desk job anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was not a fan. So Jenna,
No.
you at your gym, you're not sweeping the legs out from under your kids from behind them?
Maybe I might. They're kids. They're resilient.
They've got green stick fractures. They just bend their bones.
Yeah,
They don't
they're
even
just very,
snap.
very bendy. No, not from behind. That's the thing that I have to work and I have to like kind of get on them about is because they'll come and jump on me when I'm like not paying attention. I'm like, okay, like I'm really sore today. You can't do that. Don't just jump and grab my neck and pull me backward. Like they do that to me, but I don't usually do it to them.
Yeah.
I do kick them, but they have to be like looking at me.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what? Just to be the devil's advocate, right? In Thai culture, in Muay Thai in itself, the training is so tough that for them to relax and take stress off their shoulders just to goof off, right? And you could see them just tripping each other, or,
No,
doing
but
really
Prince,
crazy things.
the guy's tripping her from behind.
Yeah, but like if you look closely, Tim, I don't know. It's almost like
Jenna,
when
we're
she
gonna play it
scoops
one more
this is
time,
like,
Jenna.
let's
Just
look at the leg. Look at the leg. It's almost like she's
okay. And hold on, and notice the video ends before you see her reaction. Like you never see her laugh it off or do anything. So God knows. But okay, one more time, Prince. Here you go. He's poking at her ankle and it gives out.
He didn't even like sweep her. It looked like he pushed her leg towards
him, pushed it in.
Yeah. But she's light on the leg. I mean, she's light on it because she's on her like toe, but still, that's
no.
I don't like it because it's just like, but I don't like. It's like if you have that relationship with your coach or your training partners, then maybe it might be different. Like maybe she's used to like those kind of antics, and obviously she's being silly before like dancing and then throwing a kick. So maybe it was a planned thing.
Yeah.
Like if it was planned,
if she knew about it, like that there was something going to happen, then okay. But still,
yeah, but you still never know how you're going to fall if you're getting tripped from behind. It's one thing to see it coming.
Yeah.
But if you don't see it coming,
you got to break falls.
I guess, Jenna, there's another thing that I'm really mad at, and this one I'm mad at you.
Okay.
What happened to your podcast? Where is Not Fighting?
Oh my God. It has been so hard to like keep up with it. Like that was the thing, like me and my husband, well, my husband has like a real job. He's the CEO or CMO of a tech company. And so life has been really, really stressful. And so like we would record on Sundays because it's the only time off, but it just like got really, really hard to like maintain and keep up with it. So we, for a long time, we're like, oh, we got to get back to it. We got to get back to it. So it's probably not gone forever, but at this point with me focusing on like fighting and him doing like working full time, and his life is like his work has been crazy busy. So it's just like to add something else that we have to do. It's been really hard. So we are on a break at the moment, but I don't think it'll be gone forever because I really do enjoy I enjoyed doing it, and it's not that hard. It's pretty fun to just sit and chat with my husband about and talk like trash on a lot of things, but
no, but Jenna, okay, so we did get a lot of fan questions saying, where's the Not Fighting podcast?
Oh, dang.
So people were saying, like, where the hell is it? I used to enjoy, I did enjoy it. I thought you guys did a really good job. And the worst is that you left it off with the one right before you went into your first fight.
Oh, for real?
That was the last one. Like, I think the last one was like right in your first fight. So definitely the ask is from the fans, from ourselves. Like, we'd love to see more of that, even if it's not that regular, but every now and then give us updates because we loved it. It was really great. And get your dog in there.
We could do a semi-regular thing. Maybe like try and find a schedule.
Yeah. But that was an ask. And I will ask one more question. I know we're going a little bit long on time. One fan question. I have to ask this one. This is a very good question. Think long and hard before you answer. Don't mess this up. I do not know what the answer will be. Who is your favorite sister? This is from @ShayWelker.
It's not her.
Do I have to edit that out? What?
No. Because I was wondering why she texted me yesterday asking, when is that podcast? When is your podcast? And I was like, why do you care? Like, I don't know. It's about fighting. Like, she doesn't want me to fight. So.
Oh, okay.
She was like stressed out, didn't want me to have a fight before she just recently had a baby. And so I was like, if I fight, I'm going to fight. You'll be fine. Like, sorry. But she luckily got her wish, and I didn't have anything booked. But I will just say that I don't have a favorite.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 sisters.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So this was coming in. And first of all, Jenna, I don't like that answer. What do you mean, who cares when this podcast is coming out? Your sister may be our greatest new fan. She may love this
Well,
podcast.
I know what she pays attention to, and it's not
Oh.
fighting usually. So that's
Oh.
why I was like, why are you asking? If my youngest sister would have asked me, maybe because she would follow that more. Or
All right.
either of my other sisters.
And Jen, are you the middle?
I'm the oldest.
Oldest, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
the boss. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're the boss.
Yeah. So I've had different favorites at different points in life.
For sure. Prince, before we let Jenna go, is there anything that you wanted to ask her or say?
Hey Jenna, listen, you are part of the Feb.22 club. If we decide to start our own another podcast, it'd be Feb.22 times 3.
Yes.
And have that other person from high school find that person too and have them on.
I will.
Do you still talk to that person? The other Feb.22?
No, I'm not but I'm like, I see stuff on social media every once in a while from her. So
all right. Well, when we start it up, we'll get her going. Yeah. Okay, good. Jenna, before we let you go, is there anything that you want to say to friends, families, your supporters, fans?
I'm fighting July 8th in Phoenix for LFA, so hopefully everybody can catch it. My fight, I don't know if I'll be on FightPass or if I don't know where I'm at on the card yet, so it'll be either on their Facebook page or FightPass, I believe. And follow me on IG, Jena Bishop, BJJ, and yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's it. Jenna, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We greatly appreciate it. Beyond LFA, are you looking for the title at LFA? Like, what's the overall goal? Just the one last thing before you go.
Well, hopefully after this fight, if all goes well, I'll have opportunities. I'm trying to get on Contender Series after this.
Oh, nice.
So
awesome.
Yeah, that's like my goal. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, got to take it one fight at a time.
Well, Jenna, if you look behind you, that belt stand's still missing an extra belt. So
I know, I need it. That's like
two more. There's two empty slots.
Two spots.
There's 2 spots.
Yeah, that's like temporary. We just moved into a new house in my husband's office, and it's kind of not finished set up, but
yeah. No worries. Well, Jenna, we greatly appreciate it when you do have your upcoming contender fight, when you have whatever comes next in your career. We'll always be fans of yours. We'll always be huge supporters of you. Hopefully one day we can have you back on the podcast, maybe holding a title. Who knows?
Yes, that would be dope.
All right. Congratulations. All the best to you. Good luck in everything that you do. Your career is amazing and very inspiring to everybody. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. See you later, Jenna. Bye-bye.
Movie magic. Oh, wow. What an amazing interview. What do you think, Tim?
That sounded very scripted. Yeah. Amazing time, man, with Jena Bishop. What a treat to have her on. She is, I mean, I didn't go through it in the interview, but she is a BJJ legend, like a legend. I rhymed off her accomplishments in the intro. You don't realize what a massive powerhouse she is in BJJ. One question I didn't ask her, Prince, if she took anything from Mackenzie Dern's transition into MMA.
Oh, okay.
I'm very impressed with Mackenzie Dern. I do love her. The way her striking has evolved, but it's to the point where Mackenzie Dern, when she started, she would just throw haymakers. She still does, because she's like, what are you going to do?
I'm going to catch you with one of these, right?
What are you going to do? And then what are you going to do? You're going to take me down?
Yeah, good luck.
Right? So like I have free flow to just throw haymakers, because what are you going to do? You take me down, I'm going to submit you. And that's what we've seen her do. So Jena Bishop, now, since we recorded this, because we recorded that last week, or when is this coming out? We recorded that almost 2 weeks ago from when this gets released. Prince, here is the fight that she's got. The poster came out just recently. So this is the Friday, July 8th poster for LFA Bishop versus Santos. That's Launa Santos. She's 3-0. Here she is, Prince, signing her contract You're welcome, Prince.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Appreciate
Are you
that.
looking at the contract?
Yes, I am. Are you
Okay.
looking at the contract?
Yeah, LFA contract. Prince, that's going to be an interesting fight. Look, she said on the podcast, hey, they got to find me opponents. Well, here comes this girl that's 3-0. This is no schlub. So, but Jena has been on our podcast. We are fans of Jena.
And she's
Kick
putting
ass
up her,
Jena.
That's it, Jena. Listen, one end Jena.
One end Jena.
Well, they're someone's gonna take an L.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be our Jena.
If you are here for the podcast because of Jena, thank you so much. If you're her sister watching, that let's not kid. You're her favorite sister. Thank you so much for the question. That was funny. And stick with us, man. Lots of great episodes in the past that you can go back and watch. Lots of great interviews. Always someone cool on the podcast. And in the future, we've got great guests coming up. I think next week is Fight Week, International Fight Week. And I believe from some hotel bed somewhere, we should have five-time
Brian Bam Bam Barberena.
Brian Bam Bam Barberena.
You know what? He's not even family of the podcast. He's just like the offspring of the podcast.
Oh, now he's our baby. We had a baby together.
Yeah, we have to. That's what it is. That's
so I think cross fingers next week is Brian Bam Bam Barberena. So that's going to be very exciting. He's fighting Robbie Lawler. Good God, that's a fight. Our good friends at MMA Social Squad, they've made a poster for him. I have not shown him yet.
Wow.
Barberena versus Lawler poster. They've done posters for him before, so this one we decided to do a fight poster. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to talk about today, Prince?
Let's talk about that boxing event that you went to, Tim. Here we go.
All right.
Here we go, Tim.
Now, Prince does not know this story. But so, Prince, you can ask me whatever the hell questions you want. So I go to a boxing event. It was at a local boxing gym. It was an all-female boxing event. And I was there to support a girl that I know, who I love dearly. You could say that I love her like a sister.
She's your sister.
I love her like a sister. She was fighting. Prince, there's a lot of drama leading up to this.
Okay.
I did not like the videos that she was putting out. I thought the coach was not training her properly. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I thought the technique was a little bit suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
She does not train at a gym like a boxing gym or like a mixed martial arts gym. Like she normally trains private lessons.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, cool, no problem. But then she says, okay, I'm going to go fight. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, cool. I did make mention. I said, hey, if it's your first fight, mind you, this person is late 30s. Late 30s. As late 30 as you could get. I said, well, if you're going to fight someone and you're in your late 30s, you got to fight someone close to your age.
Okay.
Do you believe that's true, Prince, that you should have to fight someone close to your age when you're...
Yeah, it should be in the same age bracket at least, give or take. I mean, I think it's only fair. So what are you telling me?
For your first fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So to that, I was met with a little bit of skepticism or questioning. Like, why? Okay. What does that matter? And I'm like, dude, I'm 45. And when I spar guys that are like in their early 30s, I'm not a professional. If I'm a professional, it's different. I'm not a professional. But when I'm sparring against people that there's a significant age difference, you can tell, man. You can tell, right? So I said, okay, well no, I don't think that matters. Okay. Then the week of the fight, I find out that the opponent is 18 years old.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't told you this, right? Did I tell you that? That was 18? Maybe I told you it was 18. 18 years old, Prince. So what do you think of that?
There's a massive age gap.
Yeah,
Huge age
more
gap.
than half. Yeah,
Yeah, more than half. And you know what? I worry. You know what?
Okay.
It's kind of scary.
So then I'm like, okay, I hope people can stick with me through the story. Trust me, this is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's fantastic. I'm wordsmithing this bitch. Then Prince, we get to the event. No, sorry, before we get to the event, she says something like, "Oh yeah, well it's an amateur fight."
Mhm.
And I'm like, "Well, no, it's not an amateur fight. It's like a demo or or what we would call an exhibition." She's
Mhm.
like, "No, it's an amateur fight." I'm like, "No, if it's an amateur fight, you'd have to get medicals done."
Mhm.
She goes, "Yeah, I got medicals done." What organization is sanctioning an actual amateur fight against what I perceive to be two 0-0 fighters, but one of them is 18 and the other one is 39?
Oh my
Like,
gosh! Like that's
so I
insane.
reach out to a former guest of ours who is a UFC level striking coach without
Okay.
naming any names, and he says someone should get slapped. Like, he's like, there's no freaking way that should get sanctioned. Okay.
Is there going to be like legal implications after we produce this or send this out? Like,
Against who? Against us?
yeah, now we.
Why us?
I'm just kidding. There, I
Oh,
mean, like,
people might
what?
get mad, but look, nobody
Yeah, yeah.
knows, and the person I'm talking about doesn't watch this podcast anyways.
Hmm.
So, okay, so then I'm like, it's an amateur fight? So here's my problem, Prince. If you go into an amateur fight, if you go into a demo fight,
Hmm.
right, or an exhibition, whatever you want to call it in your local area, and one person starts beating the crap out of the other,
Hmm.
or is definitely outclassing the other, what happens in a demo fight, Prince?
We stop, or even if in a demo fight, actually, they would go up to them and say, you know what, slow it down a little bit. Take it easy. Just
Yes.
demo fight, right? Or if it's really bad and the person's not throwing any punches, then maybe they'll call it off. Okay, it's a mismatch, right? But I mean, they'll give it a chance, right? So
Yes, and thank you, man, because we did not plan this, so I didn't know how you were going to answer that. But yes, that's in my brain of my 10, 20 years of experience in martial arts. Yes, if it's a mismatch and it's a demo or an exhibition, they will go to the other person and go, "Hey, dude, chill it down, cool it
yeah.
off, blah blah blah. This is an exhibition. This is just for show, for skill, blah blah blah." And if you're whooping the ass of the other person, just lay off and just let them
Mhm.
kind of throw a few and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Right? It's just an exhibition. 6 minutes. People aren't gonna fucking demand a refund. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. It's an amateur fight, Prince, which means my friend is going in there, and if the other girl starts to beat the shit out of her, the ref is just gonna go,
Just
okay,
let it be.
until you quit or until you get knocked out or
Mhm.
until the ref says this is a TKO stoppage.
Yeah.
Right? So I am not keen on this. Right? Like, I'm like,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
that's not good. First amateur fight. Oh my gosh.
Then, and also I'm thinking like an 18-year-old is doing this because they want to become something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they want to go into Olympics, or they want to go like fight professionally, or something.
And they want to sharpen their skills
But
and
my friend, I don't think has that overall goal, because, well, you're
Mhm.
already past that time,
Mhm.
right? Okay, fine. Then the fight happens, Prince.
Mhm.
What do you think happens? I have not told you what happened. Did I?
Okay.
I don't know.
No, you didn't.
What do you think happens?
I say your friend got demolished.
You're such a jackass. Not demolished, but it was bad.
Polished.
Yeah. It was bad. Okay.
Oh,
It was tough to watch.
okay.
What made it worse? And now I'm already going in here with all this anger and all this problem, right? Then I'm
Yeah.
watching it happen. I'm like, holy fuck, right?
Mhm.
The the girl goes in between rounds. She goes to sit in her corner.
Mhm.
Sorry. Before this, walking to the ring,
Mhm.
one coach with her. Every single other fight, had at least a minimum of 2 coaches in your corner.
Okay.
2 to 3. Every single other fight on the card, there were 14 fights on the card. Every single fighter had 2 to 3 people in their corner.
Yeah.
This girl has 1. And that's because you're not at a real gym. And your coach, quite frankly, is bullshit for signing you up for this fight. And fuck, there's not even a second person there, because there's normally one person to like bring the stool and the water and the drinks, and then the other one is like the coach, right? And the one person does whatever while the other.
Yeah.
The whole night, that's what's happening. Not this girl.
Oh my God.
Not only that, Prince. Okay, so then I noticed that right away. Like, why the fuck don't you have a second person?
Yeah, to carry the
Right?
bucket, the
'Cause
water.
even just to hold the fucking stuff. Right? Because I remember there was one fight I went to where I had to do that. I had to hold the water and the stuff for the person because the other people were busy. So they're like, okay, Tim, you do this for this guy. And then there's been house shows where I did it for people. For Will, I think for Will, I did it one time. You know, because you need the 2 people, not just for 2 different opinions as well or feedback, but just there's 2 people. That's just the fucking thing.
Yeah.
In between rounds, and it doesn't go well right from the first round. In between rounds, the guy puts the chair in the cage in the ring.
Yeah.
He goes between the ropes and is like kind of behind her talking to her. He doesn't even fucking get in the fucking ring.
Oh my gosh, man, this is so. Oh,
Now
no
I
wonder.
think after some time, I think then he does go in, but there's like a prolonged period where he's fucking outside the ring. Dude, your fighter is sitting facing away from you.
So
You're
like
over here over their shoulder. You need to be in their face, calming them down, saying, breathe, 3 deep breaths, give me deep breaths, calming them down, giving them a focal point for them to watch. They need to be looking straight into your eyes, into your face, or into your chest or whatever, but focusing. Instead, she's sitting there after not a successful round, looking across the corner.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking freeze that fucking vision and let her regroup.
And you know what? A part of it also is that you're looking at it, it's almost like that person's not fully committed. They're like halfway through. They're like halfway.
It's not. It's so fucking bad, right?
Wow.
3 rounds go. Credit to the girl. She fucking survives. Credit to the girl, because I thought it's gonna stop, or I thought I thought if the coach threw in the towel, I was not gonna be mad. Right? I think any fighter would be mad that their coach was in the towel, but it could have gotten to that. Goes the full 3 rounds, whatever, she loses. Okay, fine. Right? Credit to you for getting in the ring. Credit for you fighting. Credit for you to train, for you to put yourself out there, for you to do all that. You did not quit. But your coach and your loved ones should not be putting you in those situations. And so to people listening to this podcast that are amateur fighters, that are training, or not amateur fighters, but that are training to be fighters or something like that, you need to be extremely smart about your coaches, who's in your corner, and the fights that they choose for you.
You know what, Timmy, I 100% agree with you. It's just, my gosh, even listening to your story, it's cringy. Like I feel something like in the back of my neck. Like, it's so bad. I'm surprised you didn't go at the coach and said, "Hey man, what are you doing? Like, get in there, get inside the ring and coach."
Okay.
And you know what? Yeah, go ahead.
It would have been hard for me to go at the coach, because after the fight, it's like you perfectly segued me into this and you don't even know. After the fight, she's at the back.
Yeah.
Calming down, cooling down, blah, 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 right? I see the coach standing around her with the hand wraps, like goofing around and fucking dancing.
What?
Like I think to cheer her up or something. Now, mind you, I don't hear what's happening. I just see it.
Oh my gosh.
But he's like fucking dancing around and stuff. And I'm like, even this is so unprofessional. And I know we're talking about an amateur fight, but you and I are professional podcasters, I would say. You know what I mean? Like you take this, you take pride in what you do. He's fucking dancing around and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Oh my gosh.
Even that to me shows like there's no reality to this situation.
Yeah. It was just a joke. It's almost like it's like a prank. It was like a walking prank. Like we walked them in and said like, "Hey, prank! You're in a boxing match. We know you're gonna lose, and we're gonna laugh
But
about it
let's
at the
just
end."
have fun. Let's blah blah.
Yeah,
Now, here's the thing: if you want to have fun, if you want to blah blah blah, go fight an exhibition. Go fight a demo.
yeah, yeah,
Nobody should have put you in the situation where you are in a true amateur bout fighting someone less than half your age,
yeah.
and you were obviously outclassed.
Yep.
You were obviously not trained for that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Of course, Prince. Of course, the girl puts out a statement after saying, "I wasn't able to do my game plan, but thank you to everyone that supported me." The same shit that everyone does.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I get it. I get that you mean that. But if you don't have the ability to look at this whole scenario, all these things that I am saying now, if you don't have the ability to look at those things and realize this is fucked up what just happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
I insanity to me what
Yeah.
happened. That whole thing, the whole prep leading up, the actual fight, and what happened after the fight. You need to. Here it is, Prince. There's, like I said, there's no way she's watching this. Anybody that she knows is watching this. You need to fire your coach.
Fire the coach.
1,000,000%. You need to fire your coach.
Okay.
That is. There is no room for anything else. Fire your coach.
Mm.
Second thing, Prince, hook up with a better gym. Hook
Yep.
up with a true boxing gym. If you want to do this, you find a true gym, right? You train with those people and you get a sense of what's happening and how you are. Then you talk to your coaches who will gain your trust and gain your support and gain your faith. And they will determine where you go next.
Yep.
Whether
Absolutely.
you fight a demo, you fight an exhibition, or you stop fighting.
Yep.
Right? And you train and you go to open mat jiu-jitsu things, or the equivalent of that for boxing. Go to open sparring days, do whatever, find people spar, do all that stuff. But Prince,
yeah,
wow,
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and when people get into these open mats where they're like open sparring sessions,
yeah,
they
whatever
look for
terminology.
they look for the fighters that are eligible to go into even demos, right? Like, okay, you know what, that person,
Yes.
so we'll pick that out, right? So,
Yeah.
That should have been how the process went. Like, that's how it should have went down for
Right.
right? So that's how it should have gone down. But
I forgot something.
Mm-hmm.
Guess the weight.
So,
differential. What? Guess the weight differential.
Stop. They were.
Fuck! Okay, I gotta edit this out. Prince, guess the weight differential between the two fighters. I should give myself a little
chop.
Guess the weight differential.
Okay. 10 pounds difference between the two?
No. 7 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Prince, the girl I know, weighed in 7 pounds under the weight class. Do you want to know why? Take a guess why.
I don't know. She doesn't have the muscle mass. Does she?
No. Very fit, athletic, whatever. No. Was supposed to fight someone different. That person couldn't make the weight, blah, blah, blah. So then they go, oh, okay, well, you can fight this girl, but she can only go down to this number, which is 7 pounds above your weight. Now, if you're weighing in 7 pounds under, that means you cut 0 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Because why would you put yourself through a cut?
That's it.
Right?
So, like, that's a catch.
This
weight, right?
girl, I don't know what weight that fucking girl really was, because she weighed in at the agreed upon weight, which was 7 pounds over this girl's natural weight.
Oh my gosh.
Why does your coach not fucking say, you know what? There's no girl your weight right now. We're going to hold on this. We'll wait till another girl comes in your weight. What is that decision?
Yeah, that is so bad, Tim. Like I thought the horror was over, the nightmare was
No,
over,
I
but
forgot. I
that's
forgot one
even
more.
that's
That's
a
the
huge one.
that's the
Who's
director's
sanctioning?
cut.
Like there's no one in there that's like the where's the boxing sanction?
Well,
Anyone
here's the
that's
thing.
like
I guess if they sanction it at the weight class, though, they don't know that you're going to come in way under. That's beyond the sanctioning time at that point, right? That's beyond the commission at that point
yeah,
because you
no,
agree to a weight. I mean,
that's brutal.
fire your coach, find a true gym, train, let them tell you what's next.
So guys, just to let you know, when we were introducing this whole segment, we're gonna say it was talk about a weird boxing event Tim went to. And I think you were right. I should have kept that. That's
Oh,
like
no,
unheard of.
because you didn't know why I titled it
Yeah, I
weird
was
boxing event.
like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's
Yeah,
beyond weird.
man. That's fucking.
That's so bad. Wow, Tim, this is like okay. No wonder you kept this information from him. Like, why wouldn't he just tell me what went down? Like, I
I
don't know
didn't.
what the
Yeah, I didn't tell you
was.
because I wanted this to be real time. I wanted you to
Yeah,
experience it.
that's so bad. I feel bad for your friend.
Hmm.
That's that shouldn't have happened. It was your
Yeah,
first boxing experience, and this is the fiasco that you had to go through. That's so
yeah,
bad. Debauchery.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
You got sent out to slaughter by poor training, poor coaching,
yeah,
and just people not caring,
yeah.
right?
People
And
not.
I know it's tough to hear. You're not going to hear because you're not going to listen to this. But for anybody listening that is in that scenario or has a friend doing it or blah blah blah, take
Yeah.
advice from what I am telling you now.
Hmm.
If your own coach is not looking out for you and
Hmm.
any of these kind of things happen, it's not the fighter's fault. The fighter is there to fight. The fighter, like Lucky Lauren said last week, or when is this going to be? Like Lucky Lauren said last week, I will fight Misha Tate no matter what weight she comes in. I don't give a shit. I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm a
That's it.
fighter. I'm going to fight. But I'll tell you, if Misha Tate comes in 15 pounds heavier, I guarantee you her coaches go, no, Lauren, we're not
Yeah.
letting you do this. Right? There is a line to be drawn.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, yeah, that's good coaching for you, right? If he really looks at the safety of the fighters and making sure they're abiding by the rules,
Mm-hmm.
they'll look into consideration the safety, regardless of what the pay is. At the end of the day, health is wealth, right? So,
Yep. Yep.
that's yeah, okay, that's just so bad. I'm sorry that your friend had to go through that. That's like the worst boxing story I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
You know what? She should have just gone outside. We could have set something up in Scarborough, open
Yeah.
that, like
Yeah.
whoever would come in, get knocked out.
Anybody, dude. Anybody. You know who you don't want to fight?
Who?
This lady.
Don't fuck this.
Yo, you just got him hit by a car.
I didn't fucking get him hit.
You was just fucking pushing.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You saw that, right? You've
Yeah.
seen that.
Well, yeah, I saw that. Actually, I've seen
All right.
that a couple of times, and
Yeah.
the deniability.
Yo, that lady wrecked that dude.
Wow.
Be sure to watch our podcast on YouTube or on Spotify for the visual stuff to it. Prince,
Mhm.
very quickly, before we end this podcast, let's just talk
Mhm.
quickly about UFC. I can't believe you got the names right. Good Lord.
Yeah. Right. Oh man, I practiced
Gamrot.
versus Korean.
It's not Tsarukyan.
Yeah, it is, man.
Tsarukyan.
Tsarukyan. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Tsarukyan sounded so perfect, though.
I know, right?
All right, Prince, this is a interesting event that leads into the big pay-per-view. This card is not stacked, but the first fight on the prelims is Jin Yu Frey, who I love, old Invicta champ, I believe. Strawweight fight against Vanessa Demopoulos. Prince, do you remember our good friend Vanessa Demopoulos?
Vanessa Denopoulos. Who's
She is the stripper.
okay? Oh yes. Ah yes, yes. Okay, I
Sorry, how
see.
do I say it? Hold on. You're echoing a
Adult.
little bit
Sorry,
loud.
adult entertainment.
Adult. No. Hold on. She's not. No, she's not a sex worker.
Well,
She's
it's
the. She's
adult.
the. No,
Yeah,
no, no.
well,
You say that, that's a lot worse. No, she's the which. Hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. No, she's the pole dancer girl, the one that jumped into Joe Rogan's arms.
yes, yes,
Anyways,
yes, yes, yeah.
she makes her return against Jin Yu Frey. Prince, what are the odds if she wins? She jumps into the announcer's arms.
I think that might be her thing. I think jumping
Do
into
you think
people's
that's her
arms.
thing?
Yeah, I think that might be it. Like maybe
Okay.
people are expecting it now.
Okay, so now here's the thing, Prince. If you are the announcer and the UFC says, Prince, we want you to go into the ring and interview Demopoulos after she wins, are you like, no, man, I got a girlfriend, I'm not doing this?
Oh
Or are
my
you
gosh.
or are you a true professional? You walk in there and then let her hop into your arms, where you where you cradle her during the interview.
Um, First off, if that was the case, I mean, I would make sure I have a back brace because grabbing somebody mid-air like that is just going to cause back problems. But
All
yes,
right.
I would go in there, but I would expect it. I would be like, I'm ready for it, and I would even time it with her, like, okay, you let me know when you're going to do the jump because I got to prepare
Okay.
my back.
And would you tell your significant other prior to doing the event, hey, there's a chance that this girl's going to jump into my arms?
I would. I would
Yeah.
inform
Good
consent.
call. Good
Consent.
call.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You need a waiver,
That's
a
it.
consent and waiver. All right. So that's on the prelims. Moving to the main card. Neil Magny versus Shavkat Rachmanov. This is a crazy fight, dude. Neil Magny is an absolute beast and
Yep.
a monster. It's number 10 versus number 15. Shavkat is like what, 15-0 or something?
Yes.
Do you know?
Give me a sec here.
He's
I'm trying.
he's big time, man. This guy does not lose. 15
Yeah.
and 0 or something, right?
Yeah. But you know what?
18
Oh
and
my
no,
God.
15. Yeah, he's 15-0 versus Neil Magny, who I mean just refuses to go down. Dude is a
Nope.
monster.
Yep.
26-8. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Won 5 of his last 6. Prince, Neil Magny, does he stop the streaking Shavkat?
Oh man, this is gonna be
I know I'm saying that name wrong.
a barn burner. I think Shavkat's gonna take this one.
No.
I don't think he'd be able to stop this guy. This guy has got fire in his hands. He's got bricks for hands. I think he's gonna. I don't think Neil's got it.
Neil Magny has cardio for days. He is going to knee the crap out of Shavkat's sternum,
Hmm.
and Neil Magny is going to take this fight. Neil Magny is a miracle. Like people don't realize how good this guy is. I think he's like close to getting records and stuff too for wins in welterweight, like or he already has it. He's crazy.
But Shavkat. Oh my gosh, like this guy is
I
just
know, but you've
tough
never fought Neil
opponent, man.
Magny. All right, we're short on time. We've got the main event: Gamrot, Tsarukyan,
I
Prince.
am okay.
Your pick.
I am going with Gamrot. He is on a 3-fight win streak.
Oh,
You know what? What's also interesting is they're both out of American Top Team, so they're both
yes.
fighting out of the same gym. So that's
Yep.
actually it's going to be a tough one to. I wonder who's going to be on each other's side. Um, but
Which in this?
I think Gamrot's going to take it. I think he's going
Yeah.
to take it by submission.
All
Oh
right.
no, you know what? By decision. I say it's going to be by decision. They're both evenly matched.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
What do you
don't
think?
know that he. I don't know why you say he's at ATT though. I don't have Tsarukyan at ATT. I have him as Team Lionheart.
Hmm.
I don't know what that is. Anyways, he is 5 wins in a row. Excuse me, 5 wins in a row, 18-2, coming off 2 performance of the nights in a row. He missed weight 3 fights ago. That means he's probably a big boy for welterweight too.
Hmm.
I am going with him, so I am going with Tsarukyan.
Tsarukyan. Okay.
Yeah, and you've got Gamrot.
I've got Gamrot. I
Oh,
say he's.
and then we're opposed on the other one too, because I've got Magny and you've got Shavkat.
Yeah, I say, you know what? It's
Rachmanov.
about time we pick different fighters. I think this
Yeah.
is time that this is actually not bad too. I mean, this card's not as star-studded, but still, like
Nope,
someone's gonna
lots
get
of good fights,
KO.
dude. Just watch it for Neil Magny. And you've got the pole dancer or Jin Yu Frey?
I say the pole dancer.
Pole dancer. Got pole
Yeah.
dancer strength, baby. She seems like a really nice person too. Like she really does seem like a nice person. I've been watching videos and interviews and some of her back catalog. Pretty good stuff, man.
It's all core. It's all core, right?
Yeah. You punch her in the stomach, she's just like bang, like just freaking nothing. Prince, that is it for our podcast today. So thank you again to Jena Bishop. What a huge treat that was to have her.
Jena with an N, with just one N.
Legend. Yeah. Princey D, next week, hopefully Bam Bam Barberena during fight week. If not, we'll get something else lined up. Buddy, is that for me?
Yep. Fist bump. Take care, and thank you again for sharing that story. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm sorry for your friend. Again, end of the story. Moral of the story is, don't do stuff without thinking twice about it or getting consult from your
You need a good friend. I don't even know how to explain it, Prince. Look, anything you do, you're going to buy a car, you're going to fucking buy a video game, you're going to go for a run, you're going to go cook a lasagna. Go talk to someone that's done it before and go like, hey, am I doing this right? Like do a little bit of research. The fact that all those things happened and happened well before the event, there's too many signs that you need to be like thinking like, hey, wait a second, man.
Yeah. No.
And after, if the fucking guy is dancing around you and shit, in public, like that's the other problem. Like it was enough that I could see it without going through a closed door.
Yep.
If you want to do that behind closed doors and try and cheer, okay, cool. But the fact that you're doing it outwardly, just, I don't know, just to me, it's like there's no sense of the seriousness of this situation. She could have got fucking hurt, like really fucking hurt.
Yeah, guys, any boxing match, anything that has physical contact like that, just don't take it lightly, regardless if you're even wearing the headgear or not. You can
No, the headgear doesn't matter shit.
Right? So, but guys, again, always get
Prince has to go get a haircut. That's why he's rushing this. I know everybody wants to hear, but look at that mop. Oh my God. Prince, goodbye, buddy.